Hi and welcome to Jagee's Cookbook. Now that the rains are going on, I thought it was appropriate for me to show you something hot. And that's why I'm going to show you this time two different types of coffee. And I know that it's wonderfully welcome during this rainy weather. Now, during the rains, usually people fall sick and have all sorts of uncomfortable, but I love the rains. And that's why I wanted to show you two different and two delicious coffees. One is the Mex-Indian coffee and another is the feel-good magic coffee, both of which are based on palm sugar. Now, palm sugar was very traditionally very popular out here, but nowadays the generation or the younger generation seem not to know more about it. So I want to educate you on palm sugar. Palm sugar is basically sugar from the palms. You get it from the nectar of the palms and it's processed into a thick consistency, poured into molds, and then you get palm sugar, treacle, or karipati, which is called, or what is said in Malayalam. So now this palm sugar is supposed to be a very natural and absolutely great, totally healthy sugar sweetener. It is full of vitamins and minerals, especially it contains potassium, iron and zinc. Contains B1, B2, B3 and B6 to be precise. It also is very good for people who are diabetic, especially because it's got low glycemic index. What is glycemic index? Glycemic index is the numerical scale which measures how fast or how much a particular food raises your blood sugar level. So all said and done, palm sugar is absolutely good for you, and I urge you as my wonderful viewers to try to include palm sugar in your diet rather than the white sugar, because the white sugar nowadays is totally processed white sugar. It has absolutely no minerals or absolutely nothing in it except sweetness. But this one, the palm sugar, is a raw product. It's very unrefined. It's a raw product. It's much better than jaggery. Now, this should not be confused, the palm sugar or karipati should not be confused with sharkara or jaggery, that is unrefined cane sugar. Sharkara or jaggery is from it's unrefined cane sugar. Karipati is palm sugar, or it comes from the palms. So both of which are very different. Okay, one is a cane sugar raw product and the other is palm sugar. Now nowadays it's also got from coconut trees. Now the coconut tree, the nectar from the coconut flowers are collected and boiled down to a brown consistency or a thick consistency and then poured into molds, and this will turn into karipati. So nowadays karipati can be, or palm sugar can be, a mixture of coconut sugar and palm sugar. Doesn't matter, because both of them are nutrient rich and same nutrition, and also they taste the same. So here, let's go for this wonderful coffee episode just for you. Now for the first one, the Mex-Indian coffee, how we go about it, we need 2 cups of water. Okay, this is in just a coffee pot, and 2 cups of water is boiling away. Why I made this, or this is one of my own coffees, Mex-Indian coffee, it is both the cultures, that's a Mexican culture and the Indian culture, is going to merge together. Okay, so now why is that? In Mexican cuisine, mostly they use cocoa or chocolate in most of all their dishes. So that's why I thought of, well, mixing karipati or palm sugar. First of all, in the boiling water goes some cinnamon sticks. Okay, just a bit. This is the beautiful form of palm sugar or karipati. Okay, this is how it comes in molds. It's like a half semicircle, beautiful. And this, what I did was this, what people do is they put it in water and they purify it because there are a lot of impurities in it. But here, this is export quality. So what I did was just put it in a processor and it turned into this. Easy for dilution. And in this, I add Kedipati or palm sugar, how much ever you want. Now, for the Mexican touch, I'm just going to mix this. For the Mexican touch, cocoa, 1 teaspoon or 1.5 teaspoon of cocoa. Okay, depends upon how you like it. Now, if you want it really dark, then you can add 2, but I add 1.5 teaspoons of cocoa. Lovely. And another combination, Kedipati or palm sugar, coffee and cocoa or chocolate. Awesome combination. They're made in heaven. Gorgeous. You just eat it, you'll just melt and you go straight to heaven. Now, keep on mixing this. It's already halfway through. Now, the amount of palm sugar you need is according to you. Okay, you want it sweeter, add more. Now, you need some coffee. This is filter coffee, not instant. You need, now, I love my coffee strong, and it's really good to have strong coffee with this. So, we need around 1 teaspoon. This is strong coffee. It's not like instant, it's very strong coffee. So, you add 1 teaspoon. If you want more, you can add 1.5. And let it boil, okay? This has to boil and come up. That is when this is right. Lovely. Just going to test for the sweetness. If it's not sweet enough, I'm going to add more, okay? Lovely, lovely. This is perfect. So, very easy, 2 cups of water or 400 ml of water, just any water. Then we add the Kedipati. First we add the cinnamon, okay? The cinnamon adds a special flavor to it. Now another property of cinnamon is also, it is good for diabetic people. Cinnamon is known to lower your blood sugar levels. So diabetic people can go for this because it contains Kedipati and it also contains cinnamon, both of which are really good for you. Now this is coming up. Come up, baby. Yes. There. Oops. Now, what I have to do is pour it. This is done, okay? All I have to do is pour it into a coffee mug. Now, this is an Irish coffee mug, okay? But I'm going to pour it on this. It's not going to break because it's made for coffee. Okay, it's made for coffee. Carefully, because it contains filter coffee and it does contain cinnamon and it contains cocoa and all sorts of things which has to be filtered. That's why I need to filter. I use a filter. There. My Mex-Indian coffee is done. Totally apt, appropriate for the rains because you're really going to enjoy it. If you really want it, you can add a dollop of cream on top of it. Totally wonderful. The next one is our feel-good magic potion. Now, this is, well, a modern take of the traditional chukka. Okay? Now, usually, when people were sick or they were feeling very low and they had respiratory problems and everything, they used to have this chukka. Now, mine is a feel-good coffee. You don't have to be sick to drink this. You can actually, have it whenever you want. When you're feeling low, you want more of antioxidants and iron and potassium and all sorts of minerals. You go for this coffee and will really, really love me for that. First of all, we need some water, okay? And we need our palm sugar. That's the basis of everything. Now, this particular coffee, okay, this needs a lot of palm sugar. A lot. Because this is the one which gives, or the palm sugar is the one which gives strength for the person who is going to drink it. Because mainly it contains all sorts of minerals and gives you good energy. That is why they say even it's also called karipputti kapi, okay, chukka kapi, karipputti kapi, whatever. But mine is a different take on it. Okay. To aid along, just going to mix this. So that it becomes a muddy color. And then we need our spices, okay? Now I've got some basil leaves, holy basil. It's called tulasi in Malayalam. And I've got it fresh from my garden. I picked it up right now. And we need this for our particular coffee. This gives also the particular different sort of antioxidants and all sorts of things that you really need for this coffee. Now, the next what we need is spices. Now, usually for this kapi or chukka kapi, whatever you say, you use chukka or dry ginger. Now, I am not a particular big fan of dry ginger. I don't like dry ginger. Don't know why. Don't ask me why. I don't like it. So I'm going to use just fresh ginger, and I have really washed it well. Okay. I find that the dry ginger, when you evaporate everything, most of all the beautiful flavors goes off. So I don't want that. In a plastic bag, very easy. I'm going to put this ginger first. And with my rolling pin and my best implement in the kitchen, I'm going to whack it to submission. There. Sorry for the noise. Oops. And then what I do is open this up. There. That's the end of that. Now the next one, what we have to do, we need spices for this. Now usually they put pepper and well, a little bit of pepper and ginger and things like that. But here I've put a whole lot of things. I've mixed these spices together. I've used some cardamom, okay, I've used some pepper, I've used some cumin seeds, okay, some cinnamon, and also some aniseed. So all these are in this, okay. You can also use bay leaf if you want. So once again, just some cardamom, a little bit of cumin seeds, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of cinnamon, okay, all of them goes into, and a little, no cloves. You can put cloves if you want to. In fact, I've put 2 cloves also. Just put it in, and again, just bash it. This is so that the flavors get infused very quickly, much quicker than just putting it, the whole spices. Okay, just a little bit of bashing and a little bit of tension relieving. And all you have to do is put these spices into the actual coffee and just mix it and let it boil. Now you can smell the gorgeous smell of the ginger, the spices, the cardamom and the cumin, the grambu, the aniseed, everything. Okay, you can smell it and it's really having a nice hit. Then we need a little bit. Now you can, if you want to, you can avoid this if you want to, okay. If you're making it for children, I don't think children like this because you know, it's got a lot of spices and pepper and everything. But if you prefer not to have coffee with it, you can avoid coffee. But here I'm going to add a bit of coffee, just a bit, just for namesake. I'm going to let this boil. Now this has to boil for around 15 minutes so that it becomes, so that all the flavors get into the actual brew and you're left with a magic potion. I feel like Hepzibah now. Brew this into this wonderful magic potion, and whenever you're feeling low, whenever you feel chills or anything, and you feel that you're going to have a fever or you're going to have a cold or something, have this 1 or 2 times. You'll be totally okay, because all the minerals, and ginger is very good for your respiratory problems. Now after about 10 minutes, what we need is our holy basil. Let's just bring this here. Look at this, it's so fresh and beautiful. Now this has been washed well, and because it's from my garden, it has no pesticides or any such things which will hamper its purity. So all I do is just, this has been washed well. I've just kept it in water so that it remains fresh. Just put it in, lovely smell. Just a handful. And it's a very good idea if you have space, even if you're living in a flat, it's okay. Keep a potted plant of Krishna Tulasi or holy basil, which is very good for you. Now this is all over. And especially if you have a cold or anything and you want to get the vapors in, it's a very good idea to put holy basil into water and get the steam, because it will really do you good. Now let this boil for around 10 minutes or so. Altogether we need around 15 minutes of boiling, and your coffee, your palm sugar coffee, totally magic and totally good feeling coffee is ready. It's been 15 minutes. Now all I have to do is off it and be ready to filter it. Okay, so we need to, I've kept a pot here to filter it in, and then I'll transfer it into the cups. Otherwise it's going to be a big problem for me. So here goes. Well, let me pour my feel-good coffee into the waiting cups. There. To garnish it, what we need is just a few basil leaves, if you want to. Let's put it on top. And you're ready with your feel-good coffee and your Mex-Indian coffee, both of which are going to be totally companions for you in this rainy